Yeah. I want the nation bowing down to me to make them crown the king. Glorious sound to me, released like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, this prophecy, this prophecy. This prophecy, ultra pure gold, gonna approach the throne. Way up, way up, way up to the ceiling. I can't fight this feeling. If your eyes on the kingdom, we got common interests. We've been dying so long, oppressing in our members. Twinkling of an eye, now watch us fly like Delta engines. Man, we beneficial when these laws, they benefit you. I got so much channel aggression towards any law official that say we not the people or any artificial that conjured up an image that is contrary to the scriptures. Arms and feet like polished brass, lightning bolts coming from his visage. You can approach the throne, but not until I extend the golden scepter. That's right, stay in line. Watch me handle mine. Bring my cup of wine and toast to the end of time. This palace so divine, aided. Prophecy changing mind, Canaan. I got servants who got servant. Damn, this the curse of Canaan. Rearrange it. Blood of the gods, can't explain it. Get out of Dodge, they can't tame it. Ultra light beaming, pure gold on my raiment. I want the nation bowing down to me to make them crown the king. Glorious sound to me, released like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, this prophecy, this prophecy, this prophecy. Ultra pure gold, gonna approach the throne.
I'm one of the sons of the prophets. Watch by the word foxes. Who are these pale imposters? You can't inherit the promise. The color of brass polish. You don't believe it, you sluggish. Come with your doctrine demolished. You don't want beef, sausage, not from Earth, interplanetary. Ain't it scary when the mothership landing? That's a chariot, baby. My daddy laughing, so calamity with the family. That's how it happened, little baby, when you don't want to listen. Oh, you pledge a position. Oh, you might get a mission. Oh, 2/3 of this henchman. Sick of these niggas, I'm sick of these dogs. You wanna play games? Pause. I swim in that water like jaws. These Christians is chicken dog. You read the apostles of Paul and don't understand it at all. You thought the word was flawed. Sit down in the dirt, crawl, never to rise up again. Yeah. Never to rise up again. The heaven they stacking they sin. The promise is back once again and black is the end. I want the nation bowing down to me to make them crown the king. Glorious sound to me, released like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, this prophecy, this prophecy, this prophecy. Ultra pure gold, gonna approach the throne.
We give him blessing, honor, glory, and power be to him that sits upon the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever. Kahalal Haba, Shabbat Shalom. Battle Axe Finna has in the house. In the name of Christ, who was sent by the Heavenly Father, Allahayim, or El Elyon. Moving on. Today, we talking about, excuse me, one quick second. Okay. All right. Okay. If y'all can see my screen, I'm going to share the screen. Today we're talking about what the ancient Greeks and the Romans had to say about the sub-Saharan Africans. When you go in and you do like a simple Google search, and if you ask them about what the Romans, or did the Romans ever go into sub-Saharan Africa, and when I pulled that search up, they try to tell me no, they didn't. Well, what we're about to do is we're about to go into their actual literature. And we're going to actually investigate if these people or what they're saying to us about the Africans and how it was like a uncharted, unknown region of the world to all the known, to the rest of the known world, and that when the white man came through colonizing it, that was his first time setting foot in Africa. That's some BS, man. Not only do we know that Africa itself had a very independent yet modern and vast empires that reigned all over the continent, we know that it wasn't occurring inside of a vacuum, man. We know that just based off of common sense, that place would have been somewhere that would have been known for, because the place itself is like a gold mine. Not to mention there's underwater currents that actually takes you from the continent of like Asia, like around like the India area or some shit like that. Excuse my language. And it'll just, by the current, it'll just take you to the western banks. I mean the eastern edges of Africa. And the same thing goes for the western part of Africa, from where you see all the slave ports that happen and all those things. There's a current. There's a certain water jet stream, like the air jet stream. There's a water current. I forgot what it's called, but it actually will carry you all the way to the Caribbean islands. All right. Okay, but the reason why I said it is like, man, so Africa would have been a known place just by accident. You would have, the ancient world would have eventually had to have stumbled across it, because you can actually end up in Africa by accident. All right. So let's get to the information. All right. It says Africa, Greek and Roman perspectives, from Homer to Apuleius, excuse me. It says the earliest known contact between Greece and Africa occurred in the Bronze Age during the 14th century BC, 1400 years before Christ, when the Minoans began to trade with Egypt. The first narratives mentioning Greek contact with Africa are in the Homeric poems, which date to the 8th century BC. The Homeric poems contains reflections of Bronze Age. The Homeric poems contains reflections of Bronze Age civilizations. Oh, my bad. You guys can't see my screen. Well, thank you for letting me know that. Let me start over. Shalom, Akyao Akmalak.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Okay.
Shalom.
Shalom. Maranatha. Starting up at the top. He says, oh, I was going to say something too before we get on it, but I'll get to that later. But just to throw out a thought out there. Do you know that? Never mind. Anyways, Africa, Greek and Roman perspectives, from Homer to Apuleius. Number 1, early Greek contact with Africa. The earliest known contact between Greece and Africa occurred in the Bronze Age. When they try to say that it didn't happen, white folks didn't know nothing about Africa until the colonial period. That's a lie. The Greeks and the Romans are the actual same people also.
Let's
get that.
Yeah, they all Europeans.
Yeah, and they the same people. Watch this. The only difference between them is that one came before the other. Romans appeared in history from 753 years before Christ to 1453 years, while the Greeks thrived from 7000 BC, Neolithic Greeks, to 146 BC. Romans used Latin as their official language, while the people of Greece spoke Greek. The Greeks made sculptures of ordinary people whose bodies were idealized like those of gods. What's the difference between Greeks and Romans? Rome was an inland country and situated on the banks of river Tiber. Greek art was considered to be superior to that of Roman art. Greeks lived on small wheat-producing farms but had poor days because of improper agricultural practices. Romans had turned towards estates producing olive oil and wine. So there is no difference.
Man, they're all Europeans. You know there ain't no difference.
Yeah, they were actually the same people.
These niggas had a name, then they branched off and started another name of the same people.
Exactly. That's real. That's exactly what, you know what I mean? The point I'm trying to emphasize is that they're no difference, just one came after the other. One was more modern than the other because time supported that. You know, time, improvising, intuitions, ingenuity, you know, all that stuff happens after a while. So you're going to see some cultural differences as in the things that they use or something of that sort, like the way that they created their or maintained their vegetations when it comes to their food, but these were the same people. Now watch this. That's the reason why that's why you can look at it and they're telling you between Greek and Romans perspectives. That's because they're the same people. Why ain't China mentioned on here? Because the Chinese ain't the same as the Greeks and the Romans. Now, he says, besides Homer, let me grab this pointer real quick. Excuse me. All right. Besides Homer, we get evidence. I'll start from right here. It says the Homeric poems contain reflections of Bronze Age civilization. Although the poems themselves are from a later date, the Bronze Age is the time from which our earliest evidence for contact between Greece and Egypt comes. Besides Homer, we get evidence from material culture, art, and inscriptions containing place names. Without contemporary literary or historical narratives, we must piece together the nature of the interaction based primarily on images and objects. 1.1 Minoan seafaring. The Minoan culture, centered on the island of Crete, flourished from the 27th to the 15th century BC. This is where Crete is at. It's over there near the Byzantine Empire, which was still ruled by the Romans. Let's see if I can get a bigger map. I don't know why they're showing it to us like this, but as y'all can see, let me find a better one, man. Okay, we know. Okay, now this is the Mediterranean Sea. All right, this is all Europe. Same areas where the Roman Empire ended up turning into anyways. You see?
Con.
And there goes that area right there. Crete. There goes Crete right here. Y'all see that? Y'all see it?
Con. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so it's the same people from the same general area, just from a different period of time.
Y'all soft one said to blow up the screen. Never mind. Never mind, he blew it up.
Yeah, if you can't see it, you probably got to turn your camera to the side and then blow it up by, zooming in on your own phone. But I'll try to get this bigger. Can y'all see these words good enough?
Con.
Is that better?
Con.
Okay. The Minoan culture, centered on the island of Crete, flourished from the 27th to the 15th century BC. Since they lived on an island, the sea and seafaring figured prominently in their culture and economy. Evidence that the Minoans constructed large sailing ships comes from seal stones and frescoes. In addition, archaeologists have discovered stone anchors and even entire shipwrecks. So they had, large ships all the way from the BC eras, all right, from the Bronze Age. So we don't even have to doubt that they had slave ships and cargo ships in the 15 and 1600s. I just said that because this is proof that debunks that whole claim that people didn't even have large ships at that time for us to even been able to be brought over here in the numbers that we were. No. Because the Minoan people even had large ships, and they can find their shipwrecks still to this day. And those people was from the Bronze Age. He said, archaeological finds in Egypt indicate that the Minoan trade network extended to Africa as early as the Middle Kingdom, 2030 to 1640 BC. Egypt had pottery decorated in the Minoan style. The dolphin vase from Lisht, 1750 to 1700 BC, provides a good example for the cultural exchange trade brought about. The vessel, excavated at Lisht in Egypt, dolphins painted in the style seen in Minoan palaces on Crete. The shape of the vessel, however, is characteristic of pottery from the Levant, and chemical analysis of the clay indicates that the vase was manufactured in southern Palestine. So they're just basically establishing that they can even find ancient Greek artifacts from the people from Crete coming into the making it all the way into the continent of Africa, which would already show you that these people was very consciously aware of Africa, all right? That they were making trade with these people.
It looks like you lost another one.
So, and that's just in Egypt, but we're gonna go further. Watch this. He said the Egyptian site of Avaris, modern Tel El Dab'a, occupied from 1783 to 1550 BC, has yielded artifacts from all over the Aegean. Of particular interest are the frescoes found in the the site's temple.
Avaris is that Lower Egypt, right?
What'd you just say?
Avaris is that Lower Egypt part where the Israelites were, right?
I don't know. If you know,
Yeah,
Okay.
we did a study on that one. The Varus is the land of Goshen.
No, I don't remember none of that.
Oh, yeah.
Let me try to this one.
You serious?
Yeah. Told you.
Was that over here at One Nation?
That was One Nation.
Damn. Who taught it?
You.
Try to this one. Let me try.
Oh, okay. Damn, you got a good ass memory. You got a good memory to remember that. I had to look at the map to be sure. I'm like, oh, okay, that looks a little familiar now. But damn. Okay.
Yeah, man, I gotta be using this on people, man. I gotta remember all this. All this gets used.
That's a good ass memory. I gotta tell you that. Shit. All right. Well, the Egyptian side of Avaris, occupied from this point in period, 17 to 1500 BC, has yielded artifacts from all over the Aegean, and that's over there in the European continent. He said of particular interest of the frescoes found in the site's temple. In both technique and subject matter, they resemble frescoes from the Minoan site of Knossos on Crete. Mazes, bulls, bull leaping, and lion and leopard hunts appear in frescoes at both Knossos and Avaris. Okay, and these are two places that doesn't have these animals, at least when it comes to these lions and these leopards. I'm not sure if they have bulls out there though. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything about Egypt. He says Egyptian influence. So this would give more of a suggestion that these people had contact at least with people from the interior of Africa. Egyptian influences also appear in Greek regions. On Santorini, archaeologists have discovered a drinking vessel made from an ostrich egg and frescoes that depict papyrus plants. Both ostrich eggs and papyrus point to Africa, as Egypt was the primary source of papyrus in the ancient world, and ostrich were native to northern Africa.
Yeah, that papyrus off that Nile River.
That's right.
I learned that also off of One Nation.
That's right. I remember that. All of the evidence above could indicate only that the Minoans and Egyptians traded with common intermediaries. All the evidence above could indicate only that the Minoans and Egyptians traded with common intermediaries. And that, why they gotta talk like this, man? Why won't they just speak normal, man? He said, in that itinerant artists traveled the Mediterranean producing similar frescoes in different places. So, you know what I mean? All you got to do is just say, you know what I'm saying? This stuff was found in all kinds of different locations, proving that these niggas had this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just had a body of evidence. They could have said something very, very plain and simple. But I guess sometimes people want to seem like they just, you know what I mean? They getting their dollars worth for that college tuition they paying for, and start throwing us these $5 words.
Man.
He says, I'm serious, man. It's like, damn, man, come on. He says, during the Egyptian New Kingdom, however, we have evidence that Minoans visited Egypt. Minoans appear in several Theban tomb paintings from the reigns of Hatshepsut, 479, 1558 BC, Tutmos III, something, and Amenhotep II. Didn't we do a study on Amenhotep? 1428, 1397. Ain't Amenhotep? Ain't that supposed to be
Joseph.
Joseph?
Yep.
Come on now. He says the paintings show men labeled as being from Keftuia. See below on this place name. Carrying items including metal ingots, identical in shape to ingots found in Crete. Okay, 1.2. Mycenaean contact with Egypt. Mycenaean pottery has been found at New Kingdom sites in Egypt. Vessels with distinctively Mycenaean shapes, such as stirrup jars, point to trade between Mycenaean kingdoms in Egypt. Egyptian goods also appear in Greece during this period. Common finds include storage jars, jugs, glass objects, scarabs, faience figures. Some objects bear the name of a king, most commonly Amenhotep III, perhaps suggesting royal gifts from one court to another. Egyptian goods also appear to Mycenaean shipwreck. The late 14th or early 13th century BC wreck at Ulu Burin contains a cargo of items including ingots for metal and glass production, which originated in Egypt. All right. This is where it gets about to get good now. All right. So this right here, what we read so far, is just establishing the connection between Egypt and the Egyptian trade that they actually had from that area, which was trading with other artifacts that was from further in from the interior of Africa also, wasn't just only from the local area of Egypt. And it was going vice versa. These same artifacts, same kind of Egyptian artifacts and things of the sort was found up in these people's areas also, or at least some inscriptions or pottery or art or something that gave reference to these people actually had a close-knit contact. So without literary or historical narratives from the Bronze Age, scholars primarily rely on artifacts to reveal the relationship between Egypt and Minoans and Mycenaeans. Said some writings does survive, however. Texts from Crete written in Linear B contain some geographical names. The tablets found at Knossos contain the word Misarajo,
What's your girl leader?
Egyptian, and I don't know how to say that right there. A3 Kupitijo, Memphite, or Egyptian. The term Misarajo.
Oh, that's kind of like Mizraim.
Yeah, no, Mitzrayim may
Right,
come from the Semitic word
Mizraim.
for Egypt. I don't know why he said Miriam or Miraim. It's Mizraim. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
He says the term A3 Kupitojo or Yo, whatever one, seems to come from a Syro-Palestinian reference to Egypt, given that a Ugaritic name for both Egypt and Memphis was Ikupta or Ikupta. In myth, Africa appears as a remote and mysterious place. Okay, 1.4 myths of Africa. This is the main piece that I was trying to show y'all right here. Ethiopians. Now pay attention to this. This is about to be some deep stuff. Shalom there, YouTube streets. Shalom, Asiatic.
Shalom, YouTube street.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Family out there. Peep this. Peep up this 1.4. This myths of Africa. ... Ethiopians. In myth, Africa appears as a remote and mysterious place, or they've been lying to us and trying to make us believe that Africa was a remote and mysterious place. Its people may be marked as different by their appearance and their relationship to the gods. Africa not only produces those who stand apart from the rest of the human race, but may conceal those who land on its shores, either protecting them or hindering their travels. And we know that through the biblical reference when all of our, not all of ours, but prominent figures in our genealogy, these brothers have been known to flee into Africa in order to escape certain persecution or something of that sort. He says, in this way, Africa stands apart from the rest of the world. Those who go there, and you see that? Look, it stands apart from the rest of the world. I got to get it. What does stand apart? What is it? Come on now. What is the word standing apart giving reference to?
Being holy.
Holy, man. Let's look at the word, what holy means. First time the word in the Bible, holy, is used, right? Is right here when it's talking about a holy ground. Holy Adamah. That's the first time it's mentioned in holy, it's talking about the ground, that land. All right, look at this. Set apartness, separateness. So the word holy is used in the Bible, we're going to the biblical usage, as apartness. All right, different from the rest of places. Now let's read that one more time. It says, Africa not only produces those who stand apart from the rest of the human race, so in Hebrew, we will be saying it produces a holy people. If we were saying this in Hebrew, think about that, man. See, we're using English, so we're not understanding the deep implications to these things that we're saying, and a lot of stuff goes over our heads. But if we were actually using the holy tongue, if we was actually using the ancient tongue, I would say, we was using the ancient tongue of the Hebrews, we will be saying that this is giving a Kadash people. This land produces a Kadash people. He says, but may conceal those whose land on its shores, or anybody who lands on its shores, by either protecting them or hindering their travels. In this way, Africa stands apart from the rest of the world. So the rest of the world don't do this, is what they're saying. This article, and this is from Harvard.edu. So this ain't no joke. This is what high-level academics is learning about Africa. He says, those who go there may experience a sort of suspended animation as they are removed from ongoing action elsewhere. So that's another way that it shows you that Africa is a holy land itself. When you go there, you're stepping inside of an alternate state of reality. Nowhere else on planet Earth is going to be giving you the same experience as Africa the moment you hit its shores. He says, Greek term, watch this, Aethiops, my bad. Greek's term Aethiops, which is aetho, which means burnt, plus ops, means face, identifies African peoples as darker skinned than their Greek counterparts. the place name Ethiopia can denote the upper Nile region just to the south of Egypt, right? Plus and areas beyond. All right. So let me get this. Let's look. This is what they were saying. From here, boom, boom. All this, all the way down. Now watch this. That's one source. He says the place name Ethiopia can denote the upper Nile region just to the south of Egypt, plus the Sahara and areas beyond. Herodotus reserves the term Ethiopia for what?
Sub-Sahara.
Saharan Africa. That's very, 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 very profound and important to know that Herodotus, one of these white folks' main game players. He ain't one of ours. We don't be teaching and pushing no Herodotus on nobody. They do. And even their own cat from their own team, soldier to their cause, literally says he reserved. That means if anybody ever try to infringe, which the conversation must have came about, this dude would double up on it like, nah, nigga, I know for a fact that Ethiopia is sub-Saharan Africa. All of that. Not just that one little spot that they try to show us. Not just this. Right here. They try to tell you that that's Ethiopia. This. But if you ask Herodotus is in his writings, in his literature, it'll always denote all that. The whole sub-Saharan Africa. All that. All that.
I thought you was young. You older than him? I thought you was young.
He said,
I thought you was young.
the Iliad. I mean, in the Iliad and Odyssey, Homer's Ethiopians inhabit the edge of the earth, where they are in close proximity to the sun, which has darkened their skin. In addition, they are not notable for their privileged. In addition, they are notable for their privileged relationship with the gods. What? In Iliad's Odyssey, Homer's Ethiopian. That's another one of these dudes, man. Homer ain't our cat.
No, Homer.
Homer is their dude.
Yeah, that's a Greek name.
Yeah, the Greek man, Homer.
Oh, Sue, that's crazy. Homer Simpson.
No.
White dude.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is Homer. That wicked dude that was on the thing last video.
God.
So this is what even the devil is saying. Homer, man, he's a wicked nigga. I mean, he's a wicked serpent. Look, this is what he looked like running around on Earth. Just wicked as shit. The snake people. I don't know how people ain't seeing a snake when they see it. I don't even know how you people don't see a snake. I can't get away from it. I see like some type of snake thing, like a snake man. He doesn't look like the rest of the people on planet Earth. He looks like God is trying to let you know that he's dangerous. You know, if I ran into this person in the woods and I ain't never seen nothing like this before, I would know that this is a demon man. And that regardless of what he offers me, he means for my demise some way, somehow. And that one of his key survivals is to camouflage and to appear to be nice. But he, you know, this is a demon. Okay, now look what he's saying. This is what this demon even says. Wait a minute, where'd he go? How did he get way down there? My bad, y'all. All right. He says, in the Iliad and Odyssey, Homer, demon face, his Ethiopians inhabit the edge of the earth, where they are in close proximity to the sun, blah, blah, blah. But check it out. And they are notable for their privileged relationship with the gods. Related to the notion of the Ethiopians inhabiting the edges of the earth is the use of Africa in myth to indicate remoteness. So wait a minute. Why in the hell are these people trying to tell us that Africans, we wasn't nothing and we were just running around as some bunch of savages in the jungle?
Right.
When in their own literature that these same people grew up holding dear to, practicing and memorizing and reiterating back to their people. It's all about, when it comes to us, it's talking about people in sub-Saharan Africa as pretty much the people of God in the land of God. The people that has a privileged relationship, that means has better treatment or more access than everybody else.
For real, come on now.
And it says that these people, the Greeks, knew that, who turned out to be the Romans. They knew this, who turned out to be the wicked white Spaniards that ran off the black Spaniards, the wicked French, the wicked ass Britain, and the wicked serpent Dutch that came to Africa and enslaved these same people that they knew had a privileged relationship with the gods, that was living in their land, that was stood apart from the rest of the world, which means from the Holy Land. Y'all don't see this connection? This is profound. I'm talking about busting the whole scheme wide open information that I know good darn well. I ain't even supposed to know this. Why? Because nobody talks about this. They don't tell you that the Greeks saw Africans, sub-Saharan Africans, where they got us from, as the most specialist people when it comes to them, with people interacting with God. And that's right. The land of Africa was actually a special land to them. They don't teach you that. They teach you that this place was remote and nobody was concerned. They didn't even need it. That's what they teach. But their literature begs to differ. He says, related to the notion of the Ethiopians inhabiting the edge of the earth is the use of Africa to indicate remoteness. Frequently, visiting the Ethiopians is given as a reason for the absence of unavailability of a god or goddess. The Ethiopians themselves have the reputation of being unusually good providers of sacrifices to the gods. What? The Ethiopians themselves have the reputation being unusually good providers of sacrifices to the gods. 1.4.1 Homer Iliad 1.423 through 424. 8th century BCE Greek. This is the stuff that they say. Thetis. This is one of their gods. So from now on, for the rest of this thing, I'm going to swap out the mentioning of the names of these gods. I'm just going to say the first letter and then finish off the rest of it with bomb. All right. So T-bomb speaks to a bomb. So this is a conversation between two Greek gods. This is what he says. This is what T-bomb says. Z-bomb went yesterday to O-bomb to a feast with the blameless Ethiopians. And all of the gods followed.
With the what?
And all the gods followed.
Blameless Ethiopians?
Blameless Ethiopians?
Uh-oh. That sounds familiar to me, man.
Ain't that righteous? Ain't that those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments? Somebody that is not violating the law?
Bishops?
Hey, what's up with the Ethiopians?
Those are the people that was in sub-Saharan Africa.
The Ethiopians is what is only talking about sub-Saharan Africans, people that were darker than the Greeks. That's all they did. Anybody that had a darker complexion than the Greeks that came from the continent of Africa would be called an Ethiop if he was sub-Saharan African. If he was Northern Africa, he would have been called an Egyptian.
Yep, or Miss Ross Show.
Mitzrael.
Yeah.
So when they're saying the Ethiopians, they're talking about sub-Saharan Africa, proving to you that there was a holy people and that holy land was literally sub-Saharan Africa, according to what we're reading right here. This is what the Greeks thought. This is what the Greeks believed. So when the Romans and the Greeks said, we're about to go and take over the holy people, they would have had this place in mind. Sub-Saharan Africa, not the Middle East. These people's literature, they're not mentioning anything special about the Middle East.
I'm not understanding where he owed.
Huh?
I'm not understanding, like, but basically, what are you saying?
I'm saying
that the Greeks and the Romans knew that the sub-Saharan African people were holy people in their holy land.
So Ethiopians are holy people?
Ethiopians are anybody in sub-Saharan Africa
that was darker than the Romans.
Because some dude told me, like, the Ethiopians was the only people not to be.
We're not talking about the modern Ethiopians, my brother.
No, yeah, right. Look, it says that.
Oh, okay.
Ethiopia.
We're talking about what this document is saying. Get out of your head anything that you thought about Ethiopia today, and listen to just what the information is saying about what these people are saying about Ethiopians. They're saying Ethiopians was anybody sub-Saharan Africa, according to Herodotus. Herodotus said all them niggas is Ethiopians. Every fucking body sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah, you was sub-Saharan Africa.
And he said anybody from anybody from Upper Egypt also. That would be South Egypt. Anybody from South Egypt, anybody in the Sahara Desert, and anybody sub-Saharan Africa. You're called an Ethiopian to a white man. That's what this document is saying. But they're not saying just because you're an Ethiopian, that don't mean that you ain't worth shit. They're saying, no, you're an Ethiopian. That means that you're a holy people that has a special gift in giving sacrifices, which even my God, as a white man, I'm speaking for a white man, even my God, which is, Z-bombs and all these other
bombs, A-bombs.
Yeah, they even discuss how dope these niggas is over there. That's what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. This is what the document that I'm reading is saying.
Yeah, the reason why he was asking, he had dropped off for a little bit, so he had to, he needed to catch up, I guess. But I showed him.
I said,
I ain't tripping. It's good that he didn't know, so we can, you know what I mean, lay the foundation on what we have read so far, so we can get that all settled. Like, okay, so what did sum up what we just read?
Anybody that was over there in the Sahara Africa in Upper South Sahara is a black burnt face.
According to Homer and Herodotus.
My bad. The Ethiopian is a black burnt face or something. They said.
Yes. According to Homer and Herodotus, these are two Greek writers that are accepted right now in any circle of knowledge, any high education of knowledge, any college you go to, you're gonna have to learn about these dudes, and they're gonna teach you the shit that they said. But if you go and study the stuff that they said, maybe on your own, these are going to be the things that you're going to find out that they said also about where we were snatched from. According to what these motherfuckers thought, before we went into slavery, they thought niggas was the dopest thing that you can be fucking with. Excuse my language. Even on a godly level. Because like it says right here, Z-Bomb went yesterday to O-Bomb to a feast with the blameless Ethiopians, and all the gods followed. So in these people's mind, in the way that they were teaching that all the gods would attend some kind of ceremony or some kind of date, some kind of holiday that the Ethiopians were partaking in. Now, Homer says this also. I-Bomb speaks to the winds. There is no time to sit. The streams of O to the land of the Ethiopians, where they offer a hecatomb to the gods.
What's that?
I go once again, so as to receive my share of the feast. What? Iris, my bad. I-Bomb. Excuse my language, man. Forgive me. I-Bomb. This is what he says when he speaks to the winds. I'm not saying that these are real gods. I'm saying that this was the literature that these people took serious. This is the stuff that they studied. And if they studied this stuff, then these people would be in agreement with what their gods would be suggesting about Africa and its people. So it says that these gods were even bragging about them receiving their share of the feast of the Ethiopians.
A hecatomb is a sacrifice.
Right. It's a
sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Yep.
Yeah. Heka means 10. All right. I think no. 8. No, 9.
It's a great sacrifice. That's what it is.
Well, who are the gods? They talk about the Greek gods.
Yeah, they're talking about the Greek gods. They're talking about all their
Ethiopians gave stuff to the Greek gods. They gave
no. The Greek gods would claim that the Ethiopians, which was a dope ass people. This is what they were claiming. They had a special, What was the actual words they said? They had being unusually good providers of sacrifices to the gods. This is what they were known for.
So these Greeks is talking about the gods, but in all actuality, the Ethiopians was only sacrificing to a god.
Yes.
Yeah, but the Greeks is writing conversations or making them up. I don't know where they sourcing these conversations from, but
I think he's speaking out of his belief system.
They're speaking from their. They're saying, hey man, did you know that our gods is saying this to each other? This is what white people are saying. They're looking, they say, what is he saying? They say, well, our God T-Bomb right here said to Achilles, and his Z-Bomb went yesterday to O-Bomb to a feast with the blameless Ethiopians.
No.
And all the gods followed.
Obama. No, Ocean. Ocean is a dude.
It's a god. It's the name of a god right here. These people deified a lot of things, including the ocean.
Oh, so they're not talking about the ocean. They talking about something else.
Even though they could have been talking about the ocean right here, they personified it and deified it, gave it a personification. Basically, it's a living being, and not only it's a living being, but it's a god too. You get that?
Hey, these motherfuckers is wicked, bro.
Well, that would be the shortest way on traveling from Greece and all that to the continent of Africa. You would be, you know what I'm saying, through the ocean. It would be the easiest way. Quickest.
I think we was talking about the ocean yesterday. I ain't ready for that trip.
Yeah. Yeah, you would. You gotta do the research on what they were saying though about that boat ride. That boat ride is almost like a luxury cruise. Yeah, man. It'd be some real settled water, man. The water would be real calm, man. Traveling from here to Africa on a boat. You don't be going through no crazy ass stuff all the time.
It was not so much as the crazy stuff, but so much as all that stuff inside that thing up in that water. Like, hell nah.
Man, that boat is so big, man, that ain't nothing big enough to even nudge that boat. It gonna, you know, them boats is big. It's carrying a gang of stuff on those boats. They're built to be, you know what I mean, solid.
Yeah.
So if you look at them, they're real wide too. They real wide, so it won't tip that easy.
I mean, I've been to the shipyard. I see the bugs. You know,
It looks like they're impossible to tip, so I wouldn't care what's in the water. Long as you can't knock me into the water, I don't care what's in that water, because I'm just passing through. Watch this though. We're gonna see this right here at 1.4.3 Homer Odyssey 1.22 to 26. He said Poseidon's visit is an example of the special relationship between the gods and the Ethiopians.
Hello.
This is sub-Saharan Africans.
What's going on?
Keep that in mind. So we're gonna take out the word Ethiopians and replace it with the proper word as a document already proven. It's sub-Saharan Africans. He says Poseidon's visit is an example of the special relationship between the gods and the sub-Saharan Africans. This is what it says. But P-Dog. I said P-Dog. I mean P-Bomb. But P-Bomb was visiting the far off sub-Saharan Africans. The sub-Saharan Africans who are divided in what? In half.
Oh, whoa.
And the remotest of men. So divided in half.
Uh-oh, sound like some Northern Kingdom talk to me, man.
Ain't that some Northern Kingdom talk?
Southern Kingdom, man. 1 Kings 12.
Look at that. The word of the Lord came unto me again and saying at Ezekiel 37 and 15, moreover, thou son of man, take you one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. What?
Come on.
Why would they become one? Because they were already two. They were separated. He said, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall no more be what?
Two nations.
Two nations. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Whoa! Do you see that?
Come on.
Look at this. Let's go back one more time. All praises to the Most High, Kal Halal Ha'aba. But P-Dog was visiting the far-off Ethiopians, the Ethiopians who are divided in half, the remotest of men. Some who live where the sun God sets, and some where he rises. There, P-Dog, receiving a hecatomb of bulls and rams, delighted in sitting at the feast. Wow, that's the end, man. I don't even need to go any more further. You know, that was my point. My point was they believed that they were sub-Saharan Africans, what they were considering the Ethiopians, and the Ethiopians was considered people that had a special relationship with the gods, or according to what we're gonna say, a special relationship with God, and that they had a good reputation. I mean, they had a reputation for being people that can offer sacrifices very well. In other words, they would be received. Not actually so much in the way that you did it, but the implications or the results that you're looking for from this sacrifice would most likely probably be what they were referencing to. He says,
"Oh, that's we got Aharon in the building. Shalom, man. Shabbat shalom."
We got 10 Commandments in the house too. What's happening? What's going on with you?
Shalom, 10 Commandments. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. What's happening in 10 Commandments?
He probably walked off from that.
Oh, we got you said Aharon showed up in the house.
Yeah, he showed up in the house today.
Oh yeah, man, what's happening, man? Ain't that a trip? Aharon, that's some crazy historical evidence. And when we really see it, we be like, damn, so these people are just blatantly lying, because this is not I don't think that this is like sacred information. I didn't even type in nothing crazy to get this. Look what I typed in. This is all I typed in. Watch this. Simply, ancient Greeks in Africa. I typed that in, and then the first thing they offered me, I was like, what? Dang. Right, and I was like, oh wow, man. I was like, all praise to the Most High, man. Made it real easy this time.
Yeah, Asiatic. Yeah, they lived in the West and the East of the Sub-Saharan.
Yeah, if you look and see where they got us from,
they got us from the West and the East.
Yeah, that's a trip, man.
Facts.
This stuff is, you can't make this stuff up. You know what I mean?
Cody.
Oh, snap the 10 Commandments, huh?
Gone.
This is the most accurate one that I use a lot. I use this one a lot. As you can see.
We can't see it.
Y'all can't see my screen?
No.
Oh, my bad. Bam. These are the places where they got us from.
Con. Whoa. You see it, man. Look at the East and the West.
East and the West. Right here, too. The East and the West.
What?
These are all the places they got us from. Listen, during slavery.
Oh, they try to say we just came from one spot.
No,
Nah, they never say that.
no.
You guys came from West.
No, a lot of people only deal with one spot. Like a lot of people that
They
try
say
to
West
refute.
Africa.
Yeah, that try to when they say like we came from West Africa. Like, no, we didn't just come from West Africa.
Right.
You trying to say that? Like, yeah, we all came from just West
I
Africa.
think they came and got us, and we left out of West Africa.
The slave ships left from West Africa. I can agree. But I can't sit here and just sit and say, yeah, man, you got us from West Africa. It's like that. Then you can just leave West Africa. Think about that. Think about how many, you know what I mean? Like, that's not. People think about things and they imagine and stuff, but then they create a vacuum in their reality, Like let's say like the Aboriginal community, they'll say, we were here first. And then I'll be like, but the Native Americans don't say that. Like, because they're lying. I'm like, no, you're making a vacuum when you say that. You're basically saying that these Native Americans all is consensus. They all got together and they was able to just deny your existence and pull this off unanimously without any infringement from your guys' existence to actually prove otherwise. You'd be like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
That's not even possible. You know what I'm saying? You're creating a vacuum. These people, man, if we look at the history and we actually go look at these people and what these people are actually saying, man, you can actually just debunk a lot of BS, man. You just go straight to the first-hand accounts. This is what these people like. This is what they believe. I'm not sure if this right here is gonna pretty much support anything else. There's a lot, but as you can see, look, this just goes on and on and on and on. If you want to check this out yourself, I don't want to just sit here and just bore you guys with all this reading, but all this stuff. But the point that I was trying to make is, you see what the Greeks and the ancient Greeks and the Romans, you know what I mean? They know who we are. You know what I mean? They know who we are. There is nothing around it. It's irrefutable. Excuse me, hold on. Irrefutable, man.
Yeah, that's right, melanated. Most of us do come from West Africa. You know what I mean? And we would say that West Africa is that southern kingdom. That's Judah.
Well, most of us. Well, look. These are places that we was put during the expulsion out of Spain in the Spanish Inquisition. But these are places, a lot of these places that the Arabs had us already. Slavery was already up and running before the transatlantic slave trade. That's something that's a detail that we overlook a lot of the time. We don't realize that if they merged into each other, one didn't stop necessarily. You know what I'm saying? When the other begun. The Arabic slave trade was before the transatlantic slave trade, and it went on after the transatlantic slave trade.
That's right.
So these sources of slaves that these people was purchasing, they were coming from Arabic sources, Arabic established slave trades already that pre-existed the transatlantic slave trade, and these things were throughout the whole continent. It wasn't isolated in any in particular region. You get what I'm saying? So to say we all came from Africa, I mean we all came from West Africa, there is some truth to it, but that's not the actual statement that we can say. we can say that we all left from there. At least the ones that came to the Western Hemisphere. A lot of people didn't even get to the Western Hemisphere. A lot of people, as I showed you in this map right here, as you can see, there's people who was leaving from the complete opposite end of the continent.
God.
You know what I mean? But that don't mean that we ain't all related. It just
That's
proves,
right.
It just proves to you that slavery was something that was being was running rampant. You know?
God.
Africa is a gold mine. You know what I mean? Like, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of this term? Y'all can see the screen?
Yeah.
You see that? This is the scramble for Africa, man. Look at that. This is a real term. You pull up the word scramble for Africa, and you can see not only who. Hold on.
Oh shit.
You can see who partook in the looting and the plundering of.
Hey.
Oh. Excuse me. The looting and the plundering of the land. You can see the reason why. So we got the French, we got the British. I don't know why it's so blurry, but I hope y'all can see. Okay, this is a better. See, we got the French, we got the British, we got the Spanish, we got the Portuguese, we got the Belgium, we got the German, we got the Italian, and then we have Ethiopia right there by itself. Nobody has plundered it. You know why? Because it was a bunch of Arabics that was already there. That's over there and plundered all that. That's the reason why none of these European nations is mentioned in Homeboy right here.
That's right.
And same thing goes with over here, here, and here, and down there. All right.
Come on.
And why they do it? Because of this map. You better believe that this is the place that you need to be at if you coming through and you want to give your nation a supercharge. You can supercharge your nation with Africa because it got too much of all this. Look at all that.
Man.
All this.
Diamond, gold, oil, coffee, grains, teas.
And this ain't even
copper.
This is not an accurate. This is by far understatement. By far, it ain't really accurate, but it's giving you an idea.
Yeah, because they don't even give you the animals. You know what I mean? That they be stealing this stuff.
Not to mention,
let alone with the cloth.
Not to mention, Tanzanite.
Mm-hmm.
Tanzanite is one of the main ingredients for your cell phone to work. You know that?
Dang, you see that? You see that one right there in the middle with the white people all around with Africa being split? The cake. That's a deep picture right there. The picture says 1,000 words.
Right. Look. Check this out. It's called this. This is another thing that you can look up. It's called the Berlin Conference. Oops. Okay. That's the Berlin Conference. That's King Leopold right here. All right. King Leopold III. It says right here, the Berlin Conference from 1884 to 1885, known as the Berlin Conference, they sought to discuss the partitioning of Africa, establishing rules to immaculately divide resources among the Western countries at the expense of the African people. Why did they have to do this? Because these people, these white folks, was killing each other over the land.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They squabbing for that.
They were squabbing. So King Leopold III put an end to the internal feud by saying, all right, y'all, let's go about this amicably. You want this? You can have that. You want this? All right. That's for your country? Cool. He said, but me, I'm keeping Congo. You know? The Berlin Conference, also known as the Congo Conference or the West Africa Conference, regulated European colonization and trade in Africa during the new imperialism period and coincided with Germany's sudden emergence as an imperial power. See that, man? So you're like, why'd you bring that up? Well, so that's biblical. Yeah, that's how, you know, that's a cool way I'm studying, you know, saying to get words. All you got to do is just know a key word inside your head. You feel me?
Con.
All right.
Why the niggas you seeing this?
All right. My bad.
Yeah, I think he passed it right there. Up. One more.
There we go.
There.
No, that ain't it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Divided my land. Why isn't it not there? Okay.
Them niggas can't say nothing now. The niggas just looking at. I don't understand.
And for a spoil.
I'm like, yeah, y'all niggas got the proof. The proof is in the pudding. See, then it go to court.
Yeah.
Still got my deal. What are y'all talking about? Well, that whole I mean, I can't go press my issue. I just give a fuck.
Where is that scripture?
Yeah, there's Isaiah 42 and 24, who has gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers.
No, it's like
Isaiah 42 and 22.
I'm just being lazy right now, lazy minded. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to think. I'm just trying to rely off of you know what I mean? Just keep it real. I'm just being lazy minded. Just trying to rely off of this. My bad. Right here. Here's one. I brought you into a plentiful country. Wait. No, not that one. Because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcass detestable. I've turned my land to the possession. All right. That's the only one I got right here. All right. He said, I will gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them. Yeah, I knew it was in Joel, but I thought it was, you know, in the message, it just sounds harder, man. In the message, it just hits you way harder. But pretty much, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. All right.
There's some dumb shit.
Where we at? What happened to my Berlin? Okay, here we go. And they parted his land. Isn't that a land parted? They have parted his land and they have made it a spoil. Oh, I think I remember that verse. Hold on. Nah, I don't know what the heck. I guess that was just the joy. That was the best. That was the best one, I guess. You know what I mean? Maybe
There's
next
a
time I'll be a little bit more prepared. But yeah, that was it. I ain't gonna be able to give you nothing better than that from the top. But yeah, these same
There's
people.
Ezekiel 38. That's a good one.
That sounds like it.
10 to 14, 10 to 13.
Ezekiel 38?
38, yeah.
This what you talking about?
Yeah, it started at 10, I guess.
Thus said the Lord God, it shall come to pass that in the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land upon walled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, and them that dwell without walls, having neither bars nor gates. And that's a trip because the Greeks talked about how these Ethiopians, these sub-Saharans, these holy or these special sub-Saharan people were in a distant land alone, separated from everybody. He said to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. Sheba Dedan and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the lands thereof, shall say unto thee, come to take a spoil, has I gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil? Boom. Come on now. If you're coming for sub-Saharan Africa, if you're coming for northern Egypt, well, like he said lower Egypt, Sahara, and all the way down. Nigga, this is some dope stuff that you are claiming to take. Instead of natural gas and crude oil and petroleum, man, you're gonna have the business. You're gonna have everything that you need: gold, uranium, cotton, iron. Iron ore. Anybody can get fish anywhere. But aluminum, diamonds, rubber, cocoa beans. And if you hard up for oil, you can get it from right over here. All this oil, more diamonds. Over here is actually tanzanite. They try to tell you it's just grains. It ain't just grains over there. You got the game fucked up. There's tanzanite over there, man. That's a very, very expensive mineral right now, man. Watch this. Tanzanite. Look at Tanzanite is only found in Tanzania in a very small mining area. Okay. What is so special about Tanzanite? It is a member of the zoisite family, but it is unique because of its striking blue and violet color. Tanzanite is uniquely trichoriate. This means that in its rough form, it radiates 3 different colors from each of its crystallographic axes: blue, violet, and red. All right. They're saying that it's just important in jewelry, or not just important, but they're covering the jewelry importance of it. But I know that it's, watch, I'm gonna get it right here. I know that it's used for the cell phones also.
There it is.
All right. You know, they're saying some weird shit. They're saying it's about some spiritual stuff. Tanzanite utilizes water.
Well, shoot, you know, they're you know what I mean, spiritual things do go on the phone.
Tanzanite aids in sharing spiritual information and knowledge from a heart-centered perspective, making it an excellent. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Excuse my language, kids. No, they use Tanzanite in cell phones. What do they mean? That this is something that they use to do what with spiritual? What the hell? A stone of transformation? Excuse me.
You don't know where you put it, Cuddy?
Wait a minute. This shit off my shit, man. Oh, these people gonna force me to participate in their shit or something? Okay. All right. Tanzanite is considered a stone of transformation. This is due to the high vibration it has. They are stones with a high amount of energy and are used by many for metaphysical healing. Because of its high energy, it is said to help with protection and safety, which is perfect for deep meditation and bringing together the heart and mind. It is said that it helps clairvoyant rose chakra open slow. The clairvoyant rose chakra open slowly, preventing anything from being overwhelming. To open the third eye and physic powers, circle a tanzanite circle in the center. Man, this is a fucking demonic stone. All right, this is some witchcraft crazy shit. Tanzanite used in cell phones. Okay.
Where's my box of hot chips that was in my closet? Because I got you chips in there in the trunk in the car.
Well, I guess it's not used. I can't find no information that proves it's used in cell phones. Okay. Tanzanite. Okay, cool then. I can't find nothing right now, so we'll just have to just table that. But hey, man, I did find some studies and I did hear some information that it is used in cell phones. Can I pull that information up on the fly right now? Nah, I can't do that. So that's neither here nor there, though. The point is, there was a scramble for Africa. And it's mentioned in the Bible about how these people are going to divide his land and how there's going to be a besieging army coming in there and not only taking people, but taking the land itself as a spoil, alluding to, or at least suggesting that it's going for the resources of the land. And we know that Africa is the country that's known out of all of the countries in the world to actually endure that type of treatment, which is carelessly looting. You know what I mean? These people, they don't build up the country as they loot it. These people have been looting Africa for hundreds of years now. But Africa is still a third world country. Still looks like hell. Like, because why? Because that's a spoil. They're not marrying Africa. They're not treating it like it's a wife. They're not trying to build it up and make it look nice and actually rock with it like that. No, they just treating it like it's just a POW too. Some type of sex slave or something. It's something that is used for their own pleasure, you know what I'm saying, regardless of the pain and you know what I mean, the damage and being inflicted on the party. You feel me? It's the same thing, man. But yeah, man, this was the real deal today. I really liked the information that was brought forth. My bad, y'all. Stop Lee hanging out back there. Y'all got anything to say on the information that was put out there, man, or anything? I presented what I came to present. It wasn't a whole lot. We can go and read more of that stuff. I'm pretty sure we can find some more things, but you know what I mean? I didn't feel like reading all that Greek literature. Y'all got anything to say on that? Shalom, Simon the Atheist Killer.
Nope.
You got anything to say on that, y'all? Sop?
He ain't on that. That's well, I don't know why is there two?
Mm-mm.
What happened to 10 Commandments?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even notice he was. I didn't notice he was gone.
That was a good lesson, man.
Yeah.
It's over?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It's not like over, but yeah, man. I like I said, I brought out the information that I was looking for. You know what I mean? My point was made. You know what I mean? We know now that it's a damn lie when they say that Africa wasn't a place that was known to the Romans or to the Greeks or anything like that. That's BS. I got some more stuff right here. Matter of fact. Let me show you, man.
And we got to also remember this too. You know, some of the gods was actual people.
Look. Sub-Saharan Africa was explored by Roman expeditions between 19 BC and 90 BC. I mean 90 CE, Slovakia. Most likely in an effort to locate the sources of valuable trade goods and establish routes to bring them to the seaports on the coast of North Africa, thereby minimizing disruption in trade caused by the conflicts among indigenous tribes. So why is people trying to say, when we say that this all this biblical narrative and all that, even the time when Christ was crucified, this all took place on a continent in the interiors of Africa? Why they laugh and cackle and say things like, so are you trying to say that the Romans was in Africa? When did the Romans go into sub-Saharan Africa? And they start snickering and laughing as if this is not easy ass information that you can easily Google up. You be like, what the fuck are you? Why are you laughing? This ain't nothing. If you just tried it, you wouldn't be laughing right now.
Yeah.
You can tell when it's like when you bring some paramount information to somebody. I'm talking about it's pandemonium. It's blowing them away. Their response should be, if they wouldn't feel with pride, it would be, dang, for real? Like, oh shoot, I never heard that one. That's somebody that's honest. They never heard what the fuck you said. What you just said was just like, oh, whoa, you know what I mean? It was new, but you know, they were honest about the information. Like, oh man, damn, I never heard of that. Hold on, let me check that out. But a person that's pride, they're gonna laugh. Even though you did the same thing to them, which is you blew them away. You gave them a big revelation. You brought in other words, you brought in a scope. Reality. It just broadens so much. They see in way more different degrees. But now, instead of them just going ahead and just saying, damn, I never heard that. That's a trip. It might explain some things. Instead of saying that, their pride will get in the way and they'll say, what? Oh man, did you hear what this guy just said? This dude is fucking crazy. And laugh and shit. And you be like, damn.
Like, that's all you got to say?
I would expect for all that to come after you refuted my information.
Man.
I'll accept it after you refute me. But just go ahead and just blatantly going all the way out the window with that as your response, it proves to me that you are hiding behind your pride and your ego. The truth, the real response has been smothered and covered up and replaced with ego and pride.
God.
Because you look, this is information that is easily obtained. Look at this. They even tell you who and when and where they went. You see that? Paulinus, 41 AD. He went all up over there.
Yep, the Western Africa, the edges.
Yep, Balbus. This is in BC.
He went like the area of kind of like in the mid of Negro land.
Why is these guys going to places that lines up with the slaves, where the slaves were? You see that?
Like I said, they were looking on what routes they could take. How to get up out of there.
Why?
They were looking for transfer routes.
Why? Yeah. Why is this route? Look at this. Why is these routes damn near identical to these routes?
Damn. Whoa.
Why? Are we making this up?
No.
Are we using what is called, a lot of these people they're guilty of, and I believe over here at One Nation Set Apart we don't do this. But are we using what is called confirmation bias? Are we being confirmation biased?
Well, no.
I don't think we are. Are we using our motivated reasoning to draw these conclusions?
No, we don't got no motivated. We just coming. We don't got no reason.
I didn't come from the motherfucking continent. I didn't come from the fucking continent of Africa.
Man.
I was born in California, United States. I don't have any motivated reasoning to highlight Africa. My grandmama don't live there.
That's right.
I'm not trying to make sure my baby mama get in through the gate because my baby mama is from
West Africa.
Nigeria or some shit. Like, come on, man. These will be people with the motivated reasonings, you know? Over here, I'm just some dude chilling, looking at the Bible, and I'm like, damn, this just sounds like Africa. Especially when it says, you know what I mean? Abraham went south. When he left Egypt, he went up. You know why? You know why it says he went up?
Huh?
You know why?
Yep.
You do.
Yeah, the flow of that Nile River.
And you know what else?
No.
Elevation.
Whoa.
You are climbing in elevation.
Huh.
Leaving Egypt, going south, you will be climbing in elevation. That's the reason why the water flows north.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Man, we learn over here at One Nation Set Apart. You go no. We don't sit around and use speculations, and we don't try to, you know what I mean, romanticize with anything. You know what I mean? In other words, we don't be operating under, you know what I mean, confirmation biased and motivated reasoning.
Huh.
What we just really just doing is just saying it what it really is, regardless of even how ourselves may. Because don't think that, you know what I'm saying, brother ain't never read the scriptures and still confounded.
Huh.
You know, it happens. It makes, you know, and it's a good thing to stand confounded from time to time. It's almost like, you know what I mean?
That's that reproof, man.
Yeah, you need to be regrounded sometimes. Sometimes people need to be regrounded. But the next thing you know, you get some cats going around talking about they the Christ. You know? That happens from not being regrounded. You just thinking that you just dope, and then the next day you think you just doper, and then the next day you just keep on thinking that you even doper than that, and next thing you know, you just say something crazy one day. You just come to a fucking bizarre conclusion. You be like, man, I think I'm the Christ. You're like, huh? You're like, I don't know, man. I guess so. I think it's me. You? You're like,
Hello? Hello? Fellas. Can anybody hear me? Is my mic messed up? Hello?
my bad. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I was This just dropped off. He's like her? Like, yeah, I think it's me. Like, man, and then dropped off. I was waiting for a little bit. I was like, what's he about to say?
What was you talking about?
Well, we was talking about reproof,
Oh,
and then like how people claim to be Christ. See what I mean?
oh, y'all missed all that?
Yeah.
Damn, man. I just was. That's insane. I rambled
That's why
on.
you dropped off out of the middle of nowhere. I was waiting too. I'm like,
Dropped off, man. I
my mic
rambled.
was messed up.
I was gassing. Well, I tell you like this, man. Motherfucker, they be saying, well, you know what? I think I'm the Christ. Why? You like, I can't imagine anybody doper. You like, I think I'm the dopest motherfucker alive. And it's because he never got that regrounding. Been sitting around a bunch of people that don't give a fuck what he thinks. Said, oh man, you know what I mean? I think that, you know what I mean? I think I can commit miracles. And he'd be like, oh yeah, you're like, yeah, man. Person said, oh man, that's cool. And then just walk off. Like, they don't say, like, man, nigga didn't do one right now.
Oh, like we did that white boy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening there, Gold Mine? What's happening, Shalom?
Shalom.
Yeah. You got to give them that regrounding and let them know. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, they're gonna get some crazy ass conclusions. Right? But what we just now saw, though, you just see what we just brought out, though, with this information. That when they said that in 70 AD, the last temple was destroyed. Remember they said that? And they say that they went into Jerusalem, Middle East, or whatever, you know what I mean? And they say, well, there was a guy named Titus, and he went into there and whatever. Well, but if you look right here, check this out. There was a period in 70 AD also where the Romans went into Africa.
Bring it out.
By this dude right here, Festus.
We can't see the screen if you're trying to show it.
Festus.
Yeah.
70 AD. And this is where Festus went.
Dang, there goes that west. Like you said, man, there was two parts divided, one on the east, one on the west. Two of these Ethiopian people. This is that west, this is that southern kingdom, man.
Yep. Hey, but look, you know who Nero is, right?
Nero? Nuh-uh.
You don't know who Nero is?
Nero?
Hold on. This is going haywire. Excuse me. Yeah, Nero. Okay, you need to know who Nero is. Nero was like a top killer of Israelites. All right?
Yeah.
Check this out. I'm gonna open up another page. All right. You guys pretty much are just studying with battle axe on this Shabbat. All right. This is how I study, and I do my research and stuff. You just got to type in some of these people and stuff sometimes so you can understand what's going on. And I learned from Nero by reading on the footnotes on the Matthews and on the footnotes on the Geneva Bible. All right, Nero was a piece of shit. All right, Nero, Claudius Caesar, was one of Rome's most infamous emperors who ruled from 54 AD until his death by suicide. All right. He is best known for his debaucheries, political murders, persecution of Christians. and passing for music that led to the probably apocryphal rumor of Nero fiddled while Rome burned during the Great Fire of 64 AD. You see that?
Yeah.
Born Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus, Nero took his familiar name when he was adopted at age 13 by his great uncle, the Emperor Claudius. His father, Gnaeus Domitius Ahenobarbus. He had died when the future emperor was only 2. Nero's mother, Agrippina the younger, had married Claudius after arranging the death of her second husband and was the driving force behind her son's adoption. She arranged for Nero to wed Claudius's daughter Octavia in 53, further sidelining the emperor's son Britannicus. Upon Claudius' sudden death in 54, classical sources suggest Agrippina fed him poisoned mushrooms. The 17-year-old Nero ascended the throne. Let me get to the part how he was a killer of the Israelites. All right. We got Tacitus. Tacitus, he writing. Remember Tacitus?
Yeah.
3 years later, in what the Roman historian Tacitus described as a casual outburst of rage, Nero killed Poppy with a single kick to her belly.
Yeah, Tacitus was one of the Romans that wrote about y'all shot.
Right. And he killed the woman by kicking her in the stomach one time. That's vicious, crazy ass dude. And look at whatever responsibility he actually bore for the disaster, Nero deflected attention by blaming members of the fledgling Christian religion.
Whoa, there go that fledgling name.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Kahalal Haba, man. The fledgling Christian religion for the fire. He ordered all manner of creative and brutal persecutions. Some were condemned to be dressed in animal skins and torn apart by dogs, while others were burned to death in nighttime pyres that provided light for the emperor's garden parties. What? Nero exhausted the Roman treasury, rebuilding the city around his 100-acre Domus Aurea, Golden House, Palace complex. At its center, he commissioned a 100-foot-tall bronze statue of himself, the Colossus Neronis.
The Colossus what?
Neronis. Or like basically saying OG Nero.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say, man. These motherfuckers, I'm trying to tell you, man. Who you think taught us that shit from gang stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it's the white man. They be teaching us that shit. We don't be. In other words, man, we didn't get here alone. We didn't go on our own, man. All right. So this guy was a guy that was attacking Christians and killing Christians. All right. Well, why was homeboy all up in here? This is Nero's. He's the red. Why was he all up in here? What the fuck was this nigga doing all the way up in there? When we know that this nigga, he had a target on Christians.
Oh, he was targeting the Christians.
He had a target on Christians.
Yeah.
So why isn't Nero
in the Middle East?
Why isn't he living his last years alive? Because he died in. Did you see what year he died?
868.
He died in 68. So a year before his death, he was in Africa. Doing what?
Tripping on Christians.
killing the Israelites.
Yeah.
Because when they saying Christians, they just talking about Israelites that ain't fucking with the Romans.
That's right.
That's all we're talking about. Israelites that don't follow after the Pharisees that rock with the Romans.
Con.
They're talking about real Israelites.
Yeah, these Christians were literally followers of Christ. You know?
Right.
They was following Yahshua Mashiach and his, you know what I mean, what he was talking about. And that's who they were targeting. They weren't targeting like modern day Christians like today. That's who they were. They were getting down with the sun god worship and all that. The Israelites wasn't.
Ain't that the truth?
Come on.
I never even read this article or nothing. Oh, I guess it's not an article. This itself. Oh, it's a PDF. PDF hub. I don't know about downloading shit on this. I ain't trying to download nothing on this device. I'm not gonna download it. I'll do it on my phone, and then and if it's cool, then I'll probably just do a video on that. But yeah, we can actually that probably should be the next thing, is going into the expeditions of these Romans when they went into Africa. But that is just overkill. What really is the real main topic, or the point that is needed to be addressed, is that it's a lie when they say that the Romans didn't go into Africa. It's a lie that when they say that these people thought of us as just a bunch of savages and shit like that. That's a lie, because even to their Greek writings, these people's gods, their gods, which means their top leaders was begging to differ, actually said that we, in so many words, they say we the dopest thing going, regardless of those people that serve them being white. They saying that in their literature, their gods went to the sub-Saharan, quote unquote, Ethiopians to go receive sacrifices, to go receive their portion of feasts. These people were a holy people, or people that's set apart, that had a special privilege.
Yeah.
With these gods that these folks was acknowledging, which honestly they just mistakenly didn't know, but it was actually just talking about God. So they had a special privilege with God.
They did sacrifices,
right? Just as the Bible references. So putting the two bodies of information together, using the Greeks and Romans literature with the biblical documentation, it's clear and concise to see that the Bible and the Greeks were talking about the exact same people. The Bible and the Greeks were talking about the exact same people, which is the sub-Saharan Ethiopians that are split into two different kingdoms. But these people both are a special people to God in a special land. That's it. End game. I don't care what anybody want to say. You can, good luck trying to refute that information, because it's irrefutable.
Yeah, and none of these people have any shalom, free spirit. How's it going? Peace and shalom.
Shalom, free spirit.
None of these people have any, like the ones that say that Israel's in the Middle East, none of these people have any historical evidence proving those statements of, the temple over there being destroyed or any of that. I just hear him saying it like, yeah, man, this was destroyed around this time.
Right.
Seeing the information, though.
No information. They actually are solely relying off of Josephus.
Whoa.
You know. I guess we're gonna end because we just do like a 2-hour thing for the Shabbat. The next time around though, I think we're gonna drop something tomorrow too. We're gonna go into some scriptures. I'm gonna show you guys not only with the book of Maccabees, I'm gonna show you guys with the book of Daniel, chapter 11, that these people travel through Egypt to get to the Holy Land. Which agrees with Genesis 13:1. With that being said, Kal Halal Ha'aba. All praises to the Most High, man. Thanks for everybody showing up. Free Spirit in the house. Gold Mine, Tree Try TV in the Hizzy house. Asiatic Lion. I know you be thinking we tripping, but you gonna have to go ahead and just, hit that link one of these days. Melanated, we see you out there, sister. Simon the Atheist Killer. All praises to the Most High Power. Thanks for y'all showing up. Naladina, humble servant. Good to see you. Ain't seen you in a while. Good to see that you showed up. Shalamar the Zero. All praises to the Most High Power, man. Solar. YouTube streets. I believe that's Solar. If it's not.
No, that's not Solar.
These YouTube streets. What's happening with you? Well, they got a dude out there named Solar Mine that got your same thing.
Yep.
With that being said,
that's solid. All right. Shalom.
Shalom. Maranatha.
Maranatha.
Twice for the people on my right, and for the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark, I'ma keep up the light. As I travel this road with my eyes closed, living just like I'm blindfold. And for the world, I would never sell my soul. It's only about survival. I open my mouth, you hear the sound of aggression. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting my blessings. Dear God, could you protect me? The coppers out to murder me. 100 out the shopper, turn a pig to burger meat. Tell the truth, don't you lie about me. And I never fear man, cause he can die like me. The rhymes I'm manifesting, cause time is of the essence. I grind with no discretion, clamming for my blessings. Everybody wanna defund the police, but I'm defund with the police. 1, 2, 3 guns at the police, a war cry. Revolution, we all militant. Fight back, I know you feeling it. Permanent pain, what I'm feeling. Teardrops and closed caskets, another nigga died from a killing. Don't despise how I'm living. Tell the cops they getting blasted if they ever try to beat on me or kill me. And I put that on my son's life. Carry a glow like the sunlight. I faced trial and I won twice for the people on my right. And for the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark I'ma keep up the light. You chasing out the money, women in nice cars. You still on your knees praying to that white God. A nigga look at you wrong, you get the blazing at him. A pig murder your brother and you forgave a cracker. What? Nigga, you disgust me. I don't wanna shake your hand, nigga, don't even touch me. Cause if you black, you need to be thinking like you black. Let's make the hood a better place, no more slanging crack. Let's build a park for the kids so they can play. Let's build a shelter for the homeless so they can stay. Cause nigga, only we can make us a better people. How you gonna shine for the world if they never see you? They shoot us down, they trying to get fair about us. The politicians, them people don't really care about us. You need a third out of sea like this. We the first man, they ain't supposed to be like this. Permanent pain, what I'm feeling. Teardrops and closed caskets, another nigga died from a killing. Don't despise how I'm living. Tell the cops they getting blasted if they ever try to beat on me or kill me. And I put that on my son's life. Carry a glow like the sunlight. I faced trial and I won twice. For the people I'ma right, and for the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark I'ma keep up the light. For the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark I'ma keep up the light. For the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark I'ma keep up the light. For the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark I'ma keep up the light. Hey, for the freedom I'ma fight. And in the dark I'ma keep up the light.
Kal Halal Harbar. All praises to the Most High Father, man. Ak Malak Torah. Ak Yao Shot Battle Axe Finna Has. Until next time, we out.